What is going on, folks? It is Rigor Mortis, and we are back with yet another video. I just wanted to start out by saying thank you guys so much for all the love and support you've been showing me on the channel. I really appreciate it. We've been growing this family like crazy, and I couldn't say thank you guys enough for allowing me to make these videos for you all. Today, what I wanted to do is talk about a company that I've been having my eye on. I got recommended by a couple subscribers, and I figured I'd make a video about it today on this wonderful Saturday. That company is Caladrius, I think I'm pronouncing it right, Caladrius Biosciences. And I just wanted to go through some of their technology that they have. They are a pharmaceutical company or biopharmaceutical company that specializes in clinical trial drugs. So keep that in mind as I'm talking through this. It is a penny stock. We'll get into the price action here in a second. Let's just go ahead and talk about their technology, see what the state of their drugs are, and I'll tell you guys whether or not I'm going to buy or what I'm going to do come open. And yeah, for full disclosure, I haven't bought in just yet, but I am considering it. So let's go ahead and talk about this company very briefly. So what these guys do is they specialize in something called CD34 positive cells. Now, according to their description here, CD34 positive cells are what the body releases after it has some type of stroke or heart attack, something where there's ischemia to the tissue. And what ischemia means is just that we have some type of blockage of an artery or a blood vessel, and the blood isn't able to get to the organs that it needs to bring oxygen to, and those organs end up dying. And so the mechanism here is that CD34 positive cells have a well characterized mechanism of action. Here's a blood vessel and normal capillaries here with healthy tissue. This is whenever there's compromised microvasculature. So let's say you have some type of stroke or heart attack, something like that. You have compromised capillaries where the blood just isn't getting to the tissue and it becomes underperfused. These CD34 positive cells, what they do is they form new capillaries, so that whenever we do have a blockage of one of these capillaries here, it augments the microvasculature, grows new capillaries, and that's how you're able to reperfuse or re-get oxygen to those tissues that have just succumbed to a stroke or an MI or something like that. So the technology seems really, really, really cool. If we continue reading here, naturally occurring endothelial progenitor cells that reestablish blood flow to underperfused tissues, and they have a couple of citations here. They possess pre-programmed pro-angiogenic and anti-inflammatory, tissue repair properties, and there's some more citations here. So this CD34 positive cells, they do seem like they have the potential to be a real difference maker when it comes to people with strokes and myocardial infarctions and things of that nature. So what they're doing here is this is their process essentially. So they have GCSF induced mobilization of patients' CD34 positive cells from the bone marrow to the peripheral circulation. So on day one, a sample is collected via apheresis. On day two, isolation and concentration and formulation of the CD34 positive and CXCR4 positive cells. Essentially, what this means is that we're looking at mononuclear cells, or essentially immune cells. And then on day 3 or 4, sample is returned for administration to the same patient by injection site, indication dependent. So the drug-induced mobilization eliminates the need for surgical bone marrow aspiration, no genetic manipulation or ex vivo expansion of cells, 4 days or less from donation to treatment, cost of goods an order of magnitude less expensive than CAR T therapies, which is I'm presuming is the current therapies for some of these things. So if we look down here, CD34, sorry, I keep saying that wrong. Cell therapy is supported by a substantial body of clinical evidence. CD34 positive cells have been investigated in clinical studies encompassing more than 700 patients. Preclinical studies document improved microcirculation. Phase 2 clinical studies consistently show benefits in safety and function. Reduced amputation and critical limb ischemia, improved function of claudication, reduced angina, which is just chest pain, and improved exercise tolerance in refractory angina, improved mortality, and left ventricular ejection fraction in dilated cardiomyopathy. So it looks like they have a lot of interesting things going for them here so far. And I know I'm jumping all over the place, but the Cladrius technology selects and delivers a potent, concentrated population of the patient's own CD34 positive cells for optimal therapeutic benefit. Cladrius has three CD34 products: CLBS 16, Hondera, and Oligo in clinical stage development. So The technology seems extraordinarily cool, guys, and I mean, they have their citations. It seems like this has a lot of potential, but of course, it is in clinical trials. So if we come down here and we look at some of these things that they were mentioning before, so it looks like this CLBS 16, coronary microvascular dysfunction, is the primary target. It's in Freedom Phase 2B clinical trial and it's currently ongoing. So this is still pretty early in development here. You know, we're looking at top line data third quarter of 2022, and they're looking to complete enrollment in the last quarter of 2021. So this is, this has a long way to go. Interestingly here, this Hondera, their CLBS 12, this is for critical limb ischemia plus Berger's disease, which is it's a medium vessel vasculopathy, which just means that, and particularly it targets people that smokes, and so there's just a lack of perfusion when it comes to the medium-sized vessels in these patients, and so this could be a potentially big target here for people that smoke in particular. Registration eligible trial in Japan that is ongoing. So this one is actually, it looks like it's actually being approved in Japan here in the next few months or something like that. So this looks like it's pretty much the furthest along when it comes to all of these drugs. They're looking to complete enrollment by the second quarter, top line data by the second quarter of 2022, NDA submission by second half of 2022, and approval hopefully in the first half of 2023. CLBS 201 chronic kidney disease. This is in phase 1/2 trial here in the US. So this one's still pretty early as well. And then this CLBS 14, no option refractory disabling angina. This is in phase 3 clinical trial, and the initiation is pending FDA discussions completion. So this one is also pretty far along, looking at phase 3 clinical trial. So guys, this is a somewhat risky stock because they don't have any drugs on the market just yet. These drugs are in clinical trials, but they have quite a few of them going right now. When it comes to clinical trials, these things can go either way. Either the clinical trial comes out and its safety is good and the drugs are efficacious, and so these are things that we have to watch out for when it comes to these biopharmaceutical stocks. And interestingly enough, these guys did just recently have a direct offering where they sold around 12.5 million shares at a price of $2.45, and I think that's what kind of led to this absolute drop in the stock by about 25% down to $2.10, and since then it's made a little bit of a recovery. So if we look at the 1 day chart here, yeah, you see the previous close was at $2.73. This thing absolutely just got shot down, but we are recovering here pretty smoothly. We closed at $2.33, and then after hours we're up to $2.44, so it's making its way back up. Now, guys, like I said, this company, there's a few things that make it so that the risk is definitely still there. First of all, look at the market cap, 76 million. So this thing is a very, very small company. It's a penny stock, obviously, and it's a clinical trial company. So whenever you're looking at your risk tolerance, you have to keep some of these things in mind. Now, if they come out and they say, and I mean, the CD34 positive therapy looks like it's promising. I don't want to, take away from some of their trials that have been going on and some of the data that has been collected. But again, these things have to show efficacy in patients, in people, and that's why we do clinical trials. And so when it comes to those clinical trials, we have to just wait and see what happens. Now, if you want to buy into this stock because you believe in the CEO, for example, or you believe that the CD34 positive therapy is gonna, go a long way, even if they fail their clinical trials, maybe one of them will end up being good and show positive results, or maybe they'll reboot the clinical trials and show some promising data. Then yeah, I think it'd be a good investment, and that's probably why I'll be buying into this stock, is because I think they have a cool product here, or cool products here in the CD34 positive therapy, but it seems like it's still very early. And that's why I want you guys to keep just an eye on this stock for now. If you feel like you're just compelled to buy in because of some of the reasons I talked about today, that's fair enough. But again, you have to recognize the risk and reward when it comes to this stock. As always, folks, this is not financial advice. I'm just here to put you guys on to the stocks that I am into. This thing is sitting at $2.33. If it continues to go up come Monday, I might wait it out a little bit and see what happens. If it does dip down, oh, I shouldn't say Monday, come Tuesday, because the market is closed on Monday, then I'll probably be buying in. So it all just kind of depends on how this thing opens up. But I want to know what you guys think below. The ticker symbol for this one is CLBS. Sorry if I didn't mention that before. The company is Caladrius Biosciences, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Let me know what you guys think below. I appreciate you guys watching. Please throw a thumbs up on the video. If you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button and a comment down below about this company or any other company or stock that you're looking into is always greatly appreciated. I love having those conversations with you guys down in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think. I'm out to see you. Peace out.